Let's take Matt in Maryland. Matt, welcome to the show. How can we help you today?
B-and-G-E. I love how that rhymes.
It does, doesn't it? I like it.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was like, John, G-E rhymes. So, but anyways, yeah, so very common occurrence, and tell me if you guys have had that similar experience with theists of all different kinds of religions, is many of them make the assumption that all atheists believe in a universe from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys had that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and as all of us being oh, go ahead. Sorry, G.
Oh no, I was just agree. I was agreeing. Yeah, I've heard that many times before.
Okay. Yeah, and so all three of us being atheists, I'd like to ask you guys: do you believe in a universe from nothing?
Well, the first thing that I normally make sure I get out there is that atheism and like the origins of the universe are two completely different topics. And so, because typically when this gets brought up, people are confusing atheism with the origins of the universe. And so I try to make sure to distinguish, between the two concepts. But as far as the universe from nothing, typically whenever somebody tries to accuse me of believing that, I also make sure to differentiate between a scientific nothing and the absolute nothing that most apologists are referencing, because the scientific version of nothing is still something. It still has an electrical charge in it. It still has that potential to produce a universe, if you will. And so the absolute nothing, the nothing that cannot exist in reality, I don't believe a universe can pop into existence out of that. I typically try to turn it around on whoever's asking me the question, like, but creationists or people that believe that God created the universe, they actually believe in a universe from nothing in the terms that they understand it in. But as far as like the scientific version of nothing, there's still something there for a universe to pop into existence out of. So from that version of nothing, I think that we can get an entire universe.
Okay, yeah. B, I don't know if you had any thoughts or if I should hop in.
Yeah. I'm comfortable saying I don't know in this instance. I don't think that there's enough information that I've gathered, certainly, one way or another, to allow me to say a definitive yes, I believe this, or no, I don't. I'm also kind of not concerned about it. Like, I don't really see how either answer influences my life, because I have yet to find any argument, scientific, philosophical, or otherwise, that gets me from an answer to that question to a belief in a particular God. So for me, it's a very, very assured, I have no idea.
Yeah. So I think I would definitely agree with most of what you said there. Like, yeah, I would say I don't know, though I don't actively believe that the universe did come from, like, I don't even know. And when I say nothing, I mean in like the colloquial sense, like the common, just like average person's idea of like no things, And I kind of have a little bit of a bone to pick with the whole scientific nothing thing, because like, is that really nothing? Like, I don't know. I think it kind of confuses the issue. But yeah, GE, you brought up a great point on, and I don't know if you guys have heard the term creatio ex nihilo.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I'm not too sure about the precise theological underpinnings of that, but as far as my understanding is, that's sort of the orthodox position of Christianity, that God created the universe ex nihilo, which translates to out of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there are certainly different ways to interpret it. And again, there are scientific issues with it and also philosophic issues with it. I'm currently reading Howard Bloom's book, The God Problem, that talks specifically about this. And I'm not very far in, so I cannot report back on exactly the thesis there, but I can recommend the book already. It is brilliantly written. So if anybody's interested, Howard Bloom, The God Problem, is talking specifically around this whole concept of what does it mean for a cosmos to create if the cosmos didn't have a creator? And it's gorgeous. But yeah, ultimately, I think we run into problems no matter which angle we're looking at it from. And I certainly am not educated enough to make a final call one way or the other.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Thanks so much for calling in, Matt. It was a good question, and I'm glad we cleared that up.
Okay, you guys are awesome. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. So while we've been talking, I've been multitasking. I apologize about that. I'm looking into this Avida thing that was brought to our attention by good old Billy. And I'm not seeing anything. Like, again, this is why we need more than just a word, because I'm not seeing anything that disproves evolution in any way, shape, or form. Avida ED is actually apparently a digital map that allows us to track mutation and evolution digitally as opposed to biologically. And it just is a different format for kids and students to learn about evolutionary theory. So maybe, I don't know, Creation Today or something mentioned it and Billy latched onto it, but I'm not seeing anything. So if you guys know what he's talking about, feel free to, drop that in the comments.
Typically, whenever a creationist references something of that nature, they're really just arguing from big numbers or small numbers, as it were, because, like, I'm sure that any kind of artificial algorithm that you could run these calculations through, it would render that, the chances of life developing on a planet are very unlikely. Like, it's a very low possibility. But you see, the problem is that just exposes how they don't understand statistics, because as long as it's not a 0% chance that it could develop, then it definitely has a chance to develop. Given the size and enormity of reality of this universe alone, it's very possible and plausible that life did arise, and we know for 100% certain that life did arise, on this planet. So, however small of a number they can get to, the pure fact that our universe is as big as it is, with as many planets as in it, it definitely can occur at least once, if not multiple times.
Yeah, I like saying the likelihood that this universe evolved in this way is 100%, because it did.